Hi everybody, it's Judy. Welcome back to Rose Lane. All right, today I'm adding a new project in here. But today we are going to get started on another project for TATI Treasures and Collage Type. I am using their new kit, which I'm not sure is in their store, their shops yet. It may be. By the time this goes up, it probably will be if it isn't now. But I've got a project. I think I'm trying to do something different. So I came up with, and I know I've seen them done before, but do you think I could find a video now when I'm looking for one to kind of, give me some inspiration? I'm going to do a tag junk journal. It's going to be all tags. So each section is going to be a special layered tag with, maybe a flip or a pocket or a couple of pockets or whatever it's going to be. I'm going to do 8 of them. So they'll be decorated front and back and, whatever, and places to journal on, and obviously other tags within the tag and things like that. And I'm going to use like a hinged spine. All right, so it's just going to go together with like hinges. It's not going to have like a spine on it. So I did already start cutting things out from this kit, as you can see, but I'll show you some of the pages that I have not cut yet. So again, this is called Foxglove Forest. That is the kit that I'll be using, and there's so much stuff in this kit. There's no way I could ever use it all. So here's some smaller trees, and then there's some medium and some larger trees as well, I think, or at least larger trees. I'm catching on something over here. So they have all of these fussy cuts. I'm going to try to do it as quickly as I can. There's these blank labels, and then there's labels with stuff already in it. These are like tree trunks, okay? There's a little squirrel, I think, down here, and a couple of woodpeckers on this one, and then just some plain pieces. Oops, this one's upside down. This is like almost like washi strips, maybe, because they're kind of sketchy on the edges, so it kind of looks like it's torn. So you can use it like that, or you can cut it apart. I don't know how or where, but that is, this one has more like random numbers and some words and things like that, but kind of more numbers. And this one has more, this is all words on this one, but same idea. And then we have some signs. There's little sign posts here, and then you can take whatever you want and put it on the sign post, or use a blank one and put something else. These look like they're stone benches, and there's some stone piles here, and then there is, oh, it's somewhere, I'll find it. There's a stone wall someplace as well. I think it's probably in here. And here's some more ephemera pieces. And then they had, let me open this up because I already fussy cut these. So this was just some of these flowers, and they're in reverse. One goes one way, one goes the other, which I just pulled some out from the wrong place, so now they won't match. But that's okay. I'm going to try to get it back so it fits in this little thing where I have it. And I apologize if you hear the vacuum. My husband is vacuuming some stuff upstairs. What a guy. And there's some butterflies here. They're all in blue tones. I have more to cut, but they're in here. So pretty butterflies. So put that back in there. And then this is just some other stuff that I have cut out. More ephemera pieces, picture frames, fold over tags, postcards, more just, floral ephemera, mostly foxgloves and ferns and stuff like that. Rulers, some pockets, different pockets here. That's cute. I love squirrels. Here's some trees that I cut out already. These are a larger version Here's some more flowers because they're someplace else. Pockets, some straight, we have straight ones, and then we have slanted pockets, large and small, like so. These are more tags and things that I haven't cut out yet because I want to do that part on the paper cutter. Some more tags, and this could be a fold over, just cut it apart. Here's more flowers to cut out, some frames, and then we're back to this. There's a small squirrel. So let me put all of this back to the side over here. Actually, I have it in an envelope. So let me just put it back in there. And these guys. And that gets that taken care of. Okay, and these I'm going to put to the side as well. Oh, and there's also envelopes. Tall, skinny envelopes. So we have them also. So, and then this is either a tri-fold or you could cut it apart, either way. Or you can cut one off and make it just a fold over, either way. Okay, so these are some of the papers. There's background papers here. Some are horizontal and some are landscape. So there is this one. And these might be a little harder to see. I did print most everything that I could on, for the most part, I think, on the cream colored paper. But sometimes things like this need the white to make the design pop, at least for my printers. So I did these on white paper because they're just going to be, you're not going to see the backs. So that would be okay. Here's a green one. Is this all in frame? Yeah, more or less. Move down just a smidge. And another green one. And I might have just moved that camera, apologize. There's blue and another blue. And then here is the journal pages. More or less, I'm probably going to be cutting these apart, not using them straight up as journal pages. So that's these. Some plain. I think I'm still in this way. Still in the frame. Love these. Love these colors. Love them. Okay, and blue. And then this has got green with green and a little bit of purpley in there. And you're going to find a couple of misprints in here as well because my printer was giving me some trouble. So it was always this page or one like this. So more Foxglove here. I just kept the misprints. There you go. Because, you know, you never know. Just never know what you might need them for. And I think there's another one in here someplace. Same one. I was just, yeah, it's one of those days. So I think this one's upside down. I'm looking at the print. She has a cover here. This is the size of my tag. Okay, this is what the journal. No, put this way so you can see it. This is the base, and I've cut them here, and I'm going to show those to you in a minute, and probably maybe get started on a little something, maybe just covering the bases. And then I'm going to go from there, covering part of the bases anyway, because I don't really know how I'm going to make each one look. But anyway, this was the size that I'm going to do, and then they'll be bound by the hinges over here. So I might still be able to get most of that on a cover like so. It would be smaller, but that's okay because I could probably cut it in as much as it's hanging over, maybe. I have to see what I think and use that on the front, but we'll see as we go along what I think. Here's a nice collage page, another writing type of page. They're like ledger. And this is sort of a graph page, small squares. Here is a file folder. And then there are some of these she means to use as pockets. So you would cut this and this, and then you would cut this and cut it in half, and then put one half on the bottom here, another half on the bottom here, and then you have these for inserts. And you can either put this one in, maybe leave it plain, or put these in and zhuzh them up a little bit, whatever you would like to try to do. So there's those circle pockets. Here's the stone wall. So this can be cut and used as you please. Here is the same one that just gave me an issue. This is another collage page here. I think I'm still in frame. Am I all in frame? Move it down a little bit. And this is a collage page with the animals and the trees. A couple of butterflies in here. There's one there. There's kind of all over the place. So this is all the foxes with the trees. And then here's more foxes with Foxglove. And then here's some trees and Foxglove and the butterflies throughout on this one. And here's some purple Foxglove, some ferns, trees, birds, butterflies, bunnies, foxes, kind of an assortment of things on here. Now my thought was, and I'll probably cut out sections, but my thought was to use these for the hinges. Okay, so I'll cut specific pieces out. So like the fox will be there and the Foxglove will be on the other side or something like that. And I think that's what I'm going to try to do to the best of my ability, is use these as hinges and try to get whole pieces. And then that will be part of, the hinge will look like it's incorporated into the collage tag. Okay, however I do that, which I don't know yet. So we'll see. So anyway, this is where, and you can see this is huge. This is huge. This is I think this is 28 pound, the cream, and I think the white is also 28 pound. Either 28 or 32. I know the white isn't, and the cream doesn't feel that much different, so I think the cream is also 28 pound. But you can see just how thick, and I've already started cutting things apart. So absolutely huge, these kits. So this was my tag, and what I decided to do is, I've been collecting junk mail, and everybody talks about using junk mail for, you know, for making stuff, and I'm like, one of these days I'm going to do that. Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with this. So what I did was I went through all those little, you know, flyer things that you get, and I made my tag the size I wanted it, and then I just cut it, you know, traced it, cut it out. So that's what we're going to do now. Why this looks so strange is because, and I've never really done this before, is people have said that if you use junk mail and it's shiny, sometimes the glue doesn't like to stick. Now, I don't know if it's only specific glues or some glues. So I took one of these, which you can see, kind of the manicure emery board. It's got all different, you know, great grades of sandpaper on it. And I went over them, and then I wiped them down. Don't feel like I've wiped them down enough, but get some cream here. I wiped them down with a dry baby wipe, and then just with a very, very, very damp paper towel to try to get off the dust. And then of course I had to clean my mat, and I had to change my tape because I made a mess out of everything. So anyway, so this is my base, and I'll probably be using this to some degree if I want to make you know, like a flip on the front. I have to account for the hinges over here, so the flip would only go just so far, and it can flip out, and, you know, whatever I might do. You know, we'll see. We'll see. So what I'm going to do is, we have a lot of, I should have cut these down, and I didn't. So let me do that for a bit here. We'll probably only cover a few bases with this one, sort of a let's start somewhere kind of opening video. I don't know, because I've taken the time to, you know, show the papers and told you what I did with, you know, how I made the tag bases, or how I prepared the tag bases. I don't know if we will have time to do one, but we might. Maybe we'll just, instead of covering all the bases, that sounds funny, we covered all the bases. Instead of covering, and I'm sorry if this is shaking the camera, but like I said, it is connected to the table I work on, the camera holder, because I don't have a better way here. Sometimes I do, sometimes I do not. And this is one of the do nots places. So maybe we'll just kind of start a tag and see what we think. I've got to give up a little bit. I'm sure it'll be fine. There we are. All right. So let's start with these. Okay. Let me put this, I'll put this on this side, otherwise it's gonna fall over. So we'll take this one, and I crossed out my addresses on these things. And I'm gonna go ahead, put some glue on here. It doesn't seem to be as cold down here today. Now, this is the Wednesday, the Tuesday before I leave. So this video won't go up until August 2nd. When you see it, it will be Wednesday, August 2nd. But I'm actually doing it the week before, because on Tuesday, this is July 20-something, 24th, I think, or something like that. 25th, I don't know. Terrible unless I look at a calendar. Okay, this is, I just said it's warm down here, and it's like giving me trouble. So, or else it's my hand, I don't know. Let's see, let me get a pin. Let me see if I can, no, there's nothing that's blocking it. Nothing at all. All right, I'm rubbing the glue off my other fingers. There we go. Let's see if I can, it's a little better. I've been doing some other physical stuff today, and I have trouble with these thumbs sometimes, and I just can't squeeze. So it may not be as bad as I think, you know, resisting me coming out, as much as it's my hands resisting me. So, all right, I'm gonna flip this over now. Which way? This way, okay. And let me put that down on here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to put out some new wipes, because I used a couple of them. I'm sure as I wipe along here, I'm going to pick up some more ick from the, you know, from scraping these, roughing them up a little bit. But that's okay. I'll put some more wipes out and we'll be good to go. So I think what I'm going to do here, do my best to get a better pair of scissors here. And I'm going to try to cut these out as evenly as I can. Okay. I either come too close or not close enough. Sort of like my parallel parking anymore. I was never the best at it before, and now, oh my goodness, get out of the car and I'm 4 feet away from the curb. Honestly. Oh, still have to do a lot more practicing. So, okay, this feels like, well, they're fine if I don't have paper in them, but I feel like they're sticking otherwise. All right. So we have this one down. Let me just cover that real quick. Let me get my ink. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Not much, little bits. And I'm gonna do the soft camera just to keep it clean as best as possible. And I think what I'm gonna try to do on this one is, haven't decided what was gonna be front or back yet. So, I can always come back and ink more later. But that'll do for now. Put this piece over here. I think what I'd like to try to do is go ahead and make a flap. Let's see. It goes so pretty together, doesn't it? I think I'm going to do it from here, and I'm going to go ahead and yeah, I'll do it from here. I'm just going to line it up on the bottom. See if you can see what I'm doing here. I'm lining this up here, but I want to just use that as my guide so it comes to here. Now I'm going to do this with pencil, if I can find it. Here it is, just in case I didn't cut this paper straight and it's not even, you know what I'm saying? So let's take my ruler. I'll go from the edge of the paper here to there, and that's 3.5. And down here is a little less. So I'm going to go ahead and do it this way, and then I think, let me see. Let's see if I can figure it here. One. It's about the same. All right. I think I'm close enough. I can make adjustments if need be. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this out. Okay. Go right along here on that line. There it is. Okay, and then it's a little over, but that's all right. Okay, right there. And if I have to cut this by hand, I can. That is fine, right there. All right, we're gonna do that. Okay. I'm just going to kind of freehand this one, hopefully. All right. So what I want to do, that looks actually pretty straight. Might have to trim the bottom, but that's all right. Get this eraser, which reminds me, I dropped my gum eraser on the floor the other day, and yeah, I'll trim that off later. Okay, so what I want to do here then is, I have this one I printed on one printer, this one I printed on the other printer, but do I want that? I want to try to keep the blues and the greens and the beiges together. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to come back to this. This is from another one that I'm working on. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the back. Should have enough here. I believe I have enough here. I do. Excellent. We'll put that on the back. Try to get rid of what's clogging this up. Just meeting glue resistance for the last few weeks. All right. Okay, that's not so bad. All right. Okay. So, yeah, we are off on Thursday, but tomorrow in the middle of the day I have a meeting. So I'll have to go in for that, and took care of my laundry today. So I have what I need clothing wise, though I've got to prepare for, like, you know, I checked the on my little weather app that I have on my phone for weather here, weather in northern New Jersey where we're going to be staying, weather in central New Jersey where our picnic is, weather in Maine where we're going to visit friends, and then weather in Hartford on our way home to visit my husband's sister, and then of course weather here coming, you know, driving the rest of the day to get home. So yeah, so weather's going to be rainy and humid and in the way upper 80s and 90s in New Jersey, which is what I expected because that's what it's always like in July in New Jersey. And Maine is going to be in the 70s. Hartford's going to be in the 80s. Not as high as New Jersey, but and we're going to be back in the 70s. So yeah, so I have to have some longer pants, and I always have short sleeve shirts. I rarely wear long sleeve shirts. I just put a sweater on, you know, a cardigan or something over my short sleeve shirts if I get cold. So I think that's one of the reasons why I can't tell you know, the difference between the seasons half the time, because I wear the same clothes all year long. I just either put a sweater on over it or take it off. So yeah, so one of these days. Used to have when I was thin and young, I had a big beautiful wardrobe, and now it's like I have clothes, they cover my body. That's a good thing. You know, so I'm probably going to end up, because we have the pinks, we have the beiges, we have the blues, and we have the greens. That's only 4 colors for the tags. So I'm thinking I'll probably end up printing them again and just doing things in a different way, kind of a thing. So what I'm thinking now about doing is making, this is going to go on here, okay, like that. I think I'm going to go ahead and put this one here about the same width as this, okay, kind of creating a tuck. I'm going to bring this piece around the other side and make it into probably another tuck, or maybe I'll cut it and make a, I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking at the moment. So I am going to just go ahead, and I know I'm going to end up having to trim this because, you know, what I'm going to do is try to make this into the hinge. Let's hope this works and see what I can do with that. So, all right, that's that part. Okay, and here we're going to try to get that straight. We'll cut that piece off. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me cover this. Now, this is my plan. I cannot guarantee that the vision in my head is going to actually be what ends up happening. We shall see. So we'll start with this, and this is probably going to get paper and stuff on the other side. We'll collage that as well. So for right now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to, let me do it this way. I'm going to try to get it about the same as this piece, and I will trim what I need to trim as I go. Okay, that's pretty good. So I'm going to mark it there. Close this up. Get my little scoreboard. I think that will be sufficient. Let's see if I can get this. It's always just a smidge too long for the scoreboard. Just a smidge. All right, so I still think it'll work. Okay, let's get this here and let's line that up. All right, I'm gonna get my eraser, and this does have to go over that. This shouldn't be out. Okay, I'm gonna ink this, even though I'm probably gonna cut part of it away, but I'm gonna ink it for right now. Just so that sometimes it's just easier to ink it before you do anything with it. Even if you do cut part of it away, like I have to worry about the knot, not the notch, but the, you know, the little tag cut out corner part. Somebody needs to give me a junk journal dictionary, boy, I'll tell you, so I know what the terms are. I doubt that I'm leaving this plain, or at least completely plain. So we'll see what I can do. Let me get my pencil, get rid of that mark. Okay. And sometimes I know the terms, but it seems when I get on the video, get off there, you. Other crafters have said this too, other journal makers have said this too, that when you get on video, your mind goes blank. It's like, I know what it's called, and I just can't think of what it's called. All right. So this is what we're gonna do with this. So I'm gonna try to straighten out the bottom a little bit, which isn't helping. I'm going to do this from the notched edge. Sorry, I had it up against me again, because I'd rather cut from the straight bottom. I'm going to grab a paper clip or two here, if I can get just one. Try try to close this gently so it doesn't shake. Okay. Actually, I'm going to have to do it over here, aren't I? Okay. Now we're going to put this here. We're going to create that hinge. Okay. So I've got that hinge right here, right up against that. I want to make sure it's good and snug. Okay. Actually, let me do it with this, I think. It's not open. Carefully. All right, let me try to clean out this one. There it is. Oh, yeah. Ow, okay, I just poked myself with that, so I'm bleeding a little. Okay. Trying to clean out this. And it's funny this time, this is really gunked up this time. Okay. Really, really gunked up. Okay. Oh, just getting well, my box of tissues, it's obviously going down. Okay. I have just a little pin poke on there. Try lining this up again. Actually want to line it up at the top. Yes, yes. Yeah, I know that's long on the bottom for that one. So this is what I'm going to do. I've opened it up and now I've got this geyser coming out of it. But that seems to happen when the glue is low. I don't know why, but that seems to be when it happens. It starts to just pop out the top. I'm just gonna go, if I just can, a little bit along the edge here. Okay. Now, I can't guarantee that what I'm doing, because I am terrible with like physics and logistics. So, yeah. Like I said, it works in my head until I actually do it, then it doesn't work anymore. So, okay, this side, I'm going to leave a pocket. Okay, just that way. All right, let's see if this works. I have to still cut this, but I'm going to glue this down here and that'll be a tuck. And then this should be able to open, which isn't where I'd like it to be. But, and it kind of needs to be, I'll tell you, because, well, it's really not that far off, is it? I thought I had it closer than this. I'm going to try to make it closer. Okay, there we go. All right, there we are. I'm gonna kind of let that sit. I'm gonna go here with my fingernail. See if I can cut that where it belongs. Okay. Still moved over, so all right. It just is what it is with this, I guess. So we're gonna get rid of this glue. Somewhere here is my eraser, so let's go ahead with that. Like I said, this is going to get collaged on and, you know, whatever. So I'm not too worried about the funky glue looking stuff right here. Not right now. I just want the rough of it. Of course, it'll make it look cleaner, but that's okay. It's okay. Most of it's up here. Okay. Could do a little bit more. A little bit more here. And that is not too bad. So these really were a good investment, I think. They weren't expensive. I don't think. I want to think, and they don't like seem to go away. Like they don't rub off, you know what I mean? But I can't really remember how much they were, but I don't think they were terribly expensive. So, all right, so we have that. Now we're going to go ahead, just take this glue, glue this part down and this part down. I'm off camera, sorry. I have I said, a tendency to hold things very near. I am going to have to open this because I didn't cut that as well as it could have been cut. Actually, it doesn't look so bad. It's not hanging over. Well, it does look like it's hanging over. Except when I open it up, it doesn't seem to be hanging over, but all right. I will trim this, and I am going to be off the camera here because I'm actually hanging the edge of the tag over the edge of the desk, so I can try to get that a little neater. All right, does that, yeah, does that hang over? It does. Okay, this I'm making a pocket on this side, right? Yes. So let me go ahead and I'll trim this one from here. I said I have no pattern. I have no plan. I just have kind of an image of a finished bit in my head, but that doesn't mean very much. So things change with me. Okay, so I think I just shifted this a little bit. I did, but that's all right. Actually, let me go ahead. Let me get that all the way down here. Okay, and okay. Let's try that again. Okay. And I will do whatever trimming for things like this hanging over the top, like so. Because when you trace something and then cut either on the line or just outside of it, it tends to be too big. You really are supposed to be cutting along the inside of it. Okay, so this is what we have here then with this. This is a flip, okay? So that's gonna flip out here. I've got more glue in here now, so I'm gonna rub some more of it out. It's a good thing to rub it out. There we go. All right, so we have that, okay? And then this is a little tuck here. And then here, this is another pocket on this side with this, okay? And I see I will need to trim. I'm not going to do that right now. So this is going to flip out. I want to do something for paper in there. So what would I like to do? I'm thinking. Let me see. Is this paper or card? This is card. All right, I'm gonna just go get a little bit of paper and I will be right back. Just going over this way. Ouch. Ouch, my goodness. I'm banging into everything. Okay. Tripped over my computer bag. It's late. It's been a long day, and I've been rushing to get things done, so. Okay, so this is gonna go in here. What is that? Something under my mat here. There we go. Nope, still not, still there. There it is. Okay. I'm thinking that perhaps I will use some washi in there. I'm gonna wait to do that. I'm gonna see about getting something to decorate here. Let's see what I have. What do I have? What do I have? That's interesting for something else. All right, let's see. Okay, I like that, but it's a little wide. Let's see. These are the smaller ones. So I'm wondering, this is pretty wide. That was like this one, but much smaller. I'm wondering if this one would fit, because I'd like something a little longer. Okay. Bear with me while I do some quick fussy cutting. I will try to be neat but quick. So I cut that pretty close right there, but we'll have to work around that. Okay. So after the day is kind of done and I'm trying to unwind, I've been taking this fussy cutting upstairs to my room, and I sit for a little while and do this. I'm trying to prepare to, you know, get this video done and have everything I need as I'm working, hopefully. So, like I said, this video will go, you'll be seeing it on August 2nd, but I don't come home until August 1st. So it really needed to get done before I leave on this Thursday coming. So that was the thought, to get this one up. And then we shouldn't get home too late. I'm hoping that we can, you know, get here maybe by about 9 at night, because it's like, I think about another 6 hours from Hartford here. And we're gonna be stopping about lunchtime or so and having lunch with his sister, and then continuing on. So I'm hoping it won't be too late, you know, when we get home. And I'm hoping that I will have an idea and at least some of the prep work done for the next video, so I can get that one done when I first come home, and then it'll be ready for the following week. And then during the week, I can work on the next 2 videos because I will be away the next 2 Wednesdays. So yeah, it's just kind of insane. So a lot of my other stuff here is going to be taking a back seat while I finish this, because this was a timeline commitment. So I really need to focus on this guy to the best of my ability. I'm looking at the clock here. I don't think it's been too long. I'm looking at my clock. It's not my clock on my, or the timer I should say, on my video, you know, on the phone for the camera, for how long I've actually been doing the video. So let me just check that out. Okay. All right, we'll do a little bit of this. We're not going to get very far, but we'll do a little bit of this. So let's try to get a little ink on here, not too much. Just a few little highlights here and there. And then we'll glue this down. I think we're going to put some lace on it. And things are not going to necessarily, you know, be all the same. Let me, as far as how they'll look, some will look just narrower. I don't know. This one's open. I have a lot of these. I happen to really like this one. So I had gotten quite a bit. Used it in the other one as well. The color is just so pretty. A little bit of a sewing glitch in there. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down the center here. Make sure my flowers, yep, are going in the right direction. Okay. So that I'm going to put here. So let's go ahead, put a little glue kind of down dead center here, and then I'll go back for the edges. That's not exactly dead center. Oh my goodness. Never let me build a house for you. My. Okay, so let's try to see if I'm pretty close here. Should be over a smidge, but not much. And back this way. Okay, my scissors for my lace. I'm still going to go back and trim this again, but I want to make sure it's all down before I do. Okay, it's all right. And let's get this little line of glue up here. Okay, get that one pressed down. Should be using that spatula, right? Maybe I keep it off my fingers, all this glue, a little bit, but I always forget. Okay, let's go here and trim this. A little bit better than that. There we go. And trim this one right there. Put the glue on there for a second. Find what I did with the piece I cut out. That's gonna go right in here. Okay. I'm gonna go under that a little bit, but that's okay. So we're gonna do that. This is still a tuck because I'm probably going to put a card that's going to go over so you don't realize that this is underneath it. Probably to keep it closed, I'll do a simple paper clip or something on this one. Another thing I've never tried are those little swivels that people make with the brads. I've never tried that. At least I don't think I did. I might have, but I don't remember where. So I think probably on one of these, that is something I will try to do. I think I'd like that a lot. I think that'll be good. Let's get the spatula. Let's get the spatula. Press it and still hold it on with glue. My. I don't know. I'm still gonna have to go back over it and glue it down in places, but okay. So that's that so far. So I think that's probably where I'm gonna leave it for now, but yeah, there's some tall things in here, and I don't know. I have all of this, which could be kind of nice. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. I get to play with all this stuff, but for right now, that's gonna be it. I'm in under an hour. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so anyway, that's gonna be the first video for these next 5 for Foxglove Forest, for Tanya from TATI Treasures and Nanine from Collage Type. So in the meantime, guys, be safe, be happy, and be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.